Hey family, greetings. So this video is titled The Bible Code 144 Eternal Life. Okay, so 666 represents the mark of the beast, right? Symbolic for the fallen state of man. Those who follow and worship the beast. The beast has many heads, and their names are hatred, shame, jealousy, envy, lust, greed, gluttony, sloth, pride. And there's many offspring from that. This is a parasitic state of reality that siphons life force from creation, making our lives short and miserable. By the sweat of your brow you will eat, as it's written in the Bible, and the days of their lives will be short, around 120, as it's written. This keeps humanity trapped within a very limited state of consciousness and dimension, right? As you see, the two-dimensional Star of David is a very flat and two-dimensional form of geometry, right? It's the very basic structure of reality. So it represents a certain bandwidth of consciousness, a dimension that we are trapped in, where we are in a loop, siphoning our life force and everything in creation, all of life. Okay, so the 144,000 represents those who transcend this parasitic matrix and live in harmony with each other and creation. It represents the full activation of the Christ consciousness and light body. Your light body is your auric field, all of your genetic potential, right? Which activates the true in connection to source creation, right? And your consciousness, giving access to the full 144,000 petaled flower of eternal life. When this level of integrity with self, God, and creation is met, everything will thrive on the earth, becoming the abundant garden it was. And their lives will be like that of the trees, right? Think about those who lived in the Garden of Eden, or in Genesis times, living, up to 1,000 years and more, right? This is real. This is a reality that we have fallen from, yeah? So this is all about coming into full integrity and alignment with creation, God, and the earth, right? Because as it describes in the Bible, right, it describes Zion and the kingdom as a place where we have true sovereignty, true freedom, where we plant our own seeds and we eat from our own vineyards, we build our own houses and we live in them, right? And we live happily in harmony with community and creation, which cultivates life and taps us into the eternal life matrix, which is life-giving, where we have these long extended lives of happiness and harmony. So yeah, this is the Bible code. This is the maths. I've done the maths. The maths has been done. Collectively, we've come to a point now. Our knowledge has, really come to its pinnacle of our understanding about these codes and creation. So, this is about really taking accountability for all of our actions, like everything we consume. We must get back to the land. We must get back to planting our own seeds, cultivating our own food, which is beyond organic, right? we have to do this as community. We have to take the power out of greed. Yeah? Out of greed, gluttony, and pride, and all of this stuff. We have to take that power back. And we need to cultivate life, cultivate creation, and come into the eternal life. So Isaiah says that, there shall be no killing on my holy hill, right? And even the lion will eat straw. So this reality that we're currently experiencing is a reality where everything feeds off of itself, feeds off of each other, right? So this is a parasitic life siphoning cycle, right? But the kingdom of heaven is a place where there'll be no killing, right? No killing. This is a place where it is said that there is no killing on my holy hill, that even the lions will eat straw. So we are currently living in a fallen reality where everything feeds off of each other. Parasitic loop of energy siphoning, right? Survival of the fittest. So how can we continue to slaughter animals for our greed every day, just consuming mindlessly, slaughtering animals, and act like God is okay with that? Like, how can we create that reality while we're still killing and consuming the animals? I'm not judging anyone who eats animals, by the way, just to clarify. I'm just doing the maths here. I'm simply doing the maths. If you think it's okay to live in a reality where we have to constantly kill to survive, that is not a reality that I would like to live in. That's not a reality that I would choose to live in. I would choose to live in a place where there's no killing. And so that's why I choose to not kill. Because I have the choice, and yes, that's a privilege, right? But I'm consciously making that choice because I want to go to a place where there's no killing, where there's peace, where there's harmony. So that's why I make the choice not to engage in that activity. And I say again, just to clarify, I do not judge or treat anyone differently, right, in regards to what they eat. I don't judge anyone's choices. I'm simply just putting something forward for people to consider, right? Because I think it's something that should, really be contemplated. I think everyone deserves that chance to actually consciously contemplate that and make a decision about what they want to create, instead of just following what they think they want, their urges, their, the marketing, the information online that they choose to resonate with. And also that I have many friends who eat meat, family members, and I love everyone equally, right? So also I will add that if you are someone who has transitioned to eating a plant-based vegan lifestyle, but you still hate people who eat meat and you judge them, you still haven't made it to that place. As long as you have hate in your heart, but remember, this is the fallen state, judgment, hate, pride, yeah, all of these things. If you're still attached to all these things and you're judging people for eating meat for their own choices, then you're still in a fallen state regardless of your diet, right? So every soul has a conscious choice in how they interact with creation, right? And we can't judge people for the reality that they want to create for themselves. If you do want to create a place of peace and harmony, then this is something that you should contemplate on. Peace be with you. One love.